were you doing with the full propane tank?
I seasoned my Blackstone grill.
Oh, seasoned the grill?
Why are you playing with it?
Yeah, do you know what that means? What do you mean by seasoning? I want to hear your definition.
Oh yeah,
Like,
we're seasoning it.
I don't
Get a little
know.
bit of salt and pepper on that grill.
We're about to have
Like,
real world conversation about seasoning a cast iron grill. Go ahead.
Okay.
Proceed.
Well, turn it down. I need to say my piece. You know when you have a cast iron skillet and they
Yes.
say not to wash it?
Correct.
With soap.
Right.
Correct.
Because it takes all the seasoning off.
Correct.
Is that the same thing?
But it takes the seasoning, not
But what is
like
the
the
seasoning?
spices.
Yeah. So seasoning
So
is
like
basically...
what kind of seasoning do you use?
So you just use...
You use salt.
No.
No.
You can use oil, and you just get
Okay.
the thing piping hot, and you spread oil across it, and then you let you burn the oil off, like the oil smokes off. And when it stops smoking, that's when you know you need another layer of oil. And the cast iron, like will change color, or like your skillet would change color when it's seasoned. So mine went from being like I don't know, like this kind of color, maybe a little bit darker, to black.
Why have I never heard of this before?
Because you've never seasoned a skillet. I don't know.
That was my first time, and there's some unevenness to it, but I'm sure it'll kind of even out after.
Like,
a handful of cooks.
can you grill stuff? I'm trying not to cuss. Can you grill stuff without doing that?
I've never seasoned a regular grill. This is a flat top, so it's just.
My parents have a flat top, and I've never seen them do
But is
that.
it black?
It is.
So it's already seasoned.
It's become seasoned.
Yeah.
Oh, so they
Christian
bought it.
just did
They
it without
bought it
cooking.
seasoned. So
Like-
you bought it. You bought it
you don't
uncooked.
buy them seasoned. I mean,
Nah,
I guess
like
you
Christian
could.
just did a fancy thing instead of like cooking on it. You could just cook on it and it would become seasoned.
Okay.
It would
yeah.
take quite some
Anyway,
Okay.
Anyway.
Learn something new every day. Guess
All right,
cook
so-
out at Christian's house.
we're going
Yeah,
to talk
so-
about this merger, this real estate merger. What
Is
does
it-
everyone know about
Is
it?
okay.
I don't-
Here's a
Zillow.
Is it bad that I just don't care?
Me too.
I would say yes, it is bad that you don't care.
Why?
Because
What-
truthfully,
what
like
is the
what
impact
this
that
what
this
this
is gonna truly
merger
have?
means, it doesn't change anything today, but it changes where we're going in the future.
Okay, where
Where are we going?
Where does this merger put us in the future?
Imagine-
and what is the future? in a sort of
Imagine
time
in a
frame?
political world, right?
Ugh.
We took the Republicans and the Democrats, and one of those parties, I don't care which one, absorbed the Libertarian Green Party.
Okay.
It would
Like-
it would like change their control of the political agenda.
Kind of like when
Okay.
somebody's pregnant with twins and one baby eats the other.
Okay.
Great.
Watch out for that baby. No, but what it's
Happens
going to
every
do.
day.
So you've got a major company that acquired another, right? So Compass acquired Anywhere Real Estate, and Anywhere Real Estate, or merged, whatever you want to call it. Anywhere Real Estate is like all of Century 21, all of Sotheby's, all of Better Homes and Gardens, and there's like I don't know 30
Compass
other
in it or
companies. What Compass now like owns it,
Oh, okay.
right? They're merged, right? So what that does for the future of real estate is that gives them the buying power, the controlling power to change and like heavily weigh in on the agent direction.
Okay, what do you mean by agent direction?
I don't know. But like imagine if you wanted to say, hey, no more multiple listing systems at all. Everything is privately listed. You've got a whole lot more mouths.
Do you think this would be nationwide?
Well, that's where they want to go.
Is that
Not saying they want to eliminate multiple lists. What I'm saying is they want to have that kind of control. Like
So
they
I feel
want
like
to
this
be able to
contradicts,
control.
like let's just compare this to the lawsuit that happened 2 years ago.
Yep.
People wanted clarity.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is going to. They wanted clarity, and they also wanted the ability to negotiate certain things.
Well, they wanted to do away with this idea of clear cooperation.
Yeah.
Like they wanted to do away with the idea that a listing broker and a buyer broker were cooperating
But it
together.
sounds like that's what it sounds like, though, is that this thing is like forcing some sort of cooperation between. Like it just sounds contradictory to me when there was a big ass issue 2 years ago, and now these corporate companies are coming buying everything else. Then it's gonna say, hey, you have to privately list it and all these things. It sounds like it's just polar ends of what we just dealt with 2 years ago.
I think there's two parts to this topic, right? The first part is that Compass Real Estate as an organization is designed to build money for shareholders as an organization.
Okay. Isn't every organization like that?
Right.
Okay.
So at some level, at some transparency, Compass is trying to maximize their productivity so that they can impact a greater sphere of people.
Is the greater sphere of people their shareholders?
Right.
So
More shareholders, more money. But think about it, right? Compass also owns a technology brand. They also own a title company and a mortgaging company. So through these ownerships and partnerships, they're going to develop more opportunity for ancillary business transactions. So like an agent with Sotheby's has the opportunity to work with the Compass Real Estate title company. That's an ancillary
do you think
business.
this has a negative impact on the general public?
We'll see.
No, I don't think it has an impact.
Am I
really.
jumping ahead?
It's going to have an impact. It will change the market.
In what way? It's going to change the market? Yeah.
Am I jumping ahead by asking about? I saw EXP is doing a new thing.
Yeah.
Is it to like counter that? It's like the off market,
right? Like, so Compass now has their like exclusive off market because Compass is against Zillow. So this idea that Compass and Zillow are not partnering together and that Compass has exclusivity to their off market listings. Now Zillow has partnered with certain companies to give exclusivity to their off market listings. And then EXP has come along and said, hey, we're not going to give exclusivity, but to ensure that our off-market listings are branded to as many people as possible, we're going to partner with these companies. So like EXP has partnered with homes.com and they've partnered with Google. And
so now you're going to have an off-market listing.
Well, you always could.
No, what? Yes, I understand that. I just trying to finish. You can have off-market listing that is now broadcasted to other websites that people look at, browse homes on.
like
Correct.
Zillow and.
Could you do that before
Yes.
as an agent?
Yes.
So why
Not just listed with EXP, but we could go do EXP exclusives like the off market.
Correct.
We could still take that to other third-party websites.
and not put it on MLS?
No.
That's my point. Or that's my question.
I think if I'm hearing your question correctly,
we could only list
Like
on
we
EXP
can skip
exclusives.
MLS and just go straight to the third-party websites?
in theory, maybe you could. I don't know the answer to that
Well, that's
question
what it's sounding like.
But
though.
like, what's the benefit of that?
Well,
it's still,
mind you, let's take three steps backwards. The multiple listing system is the generalized book of all the real estate world, right?
Right.
So before I got into the industry, I heard stories that they would come to the office with a binder every week with all the new listings. And so what I've kind of like come up to the idea, no, I would never, it would never work. But what I've kind of come up to the idea is that in theory, it wasn't like one person that was aggregating all the new listings. It was like this cooperating brokerage would drop off listings at this cooperating brokerage and they would like trade. That's like the way that it works in my brain. Before the internet, before technology, that's how you would cooperate.
that's cute.
Well, and if you were Marissa's real estate company and Christian was Christian's real estate company, you would want to do that because you both work in the same marketplace.
Right.
So in some way, shape, or form, like this open cooperation became the commonplace because that's how you were doing it. Then the internet comes along, multiple listing comes along. And so we're in a weird market, not weird, but unique market where our multiple list is so massive. It covers our entire market area, and there's no question as to where listings go. But in other markets like New York, where they do not have a multiple listing, no centralized multiple list in New York City.
And I also think there's some weird things with DC, right?
Well, that's just because DC people are DC people.
Oh, well, okay.
But like our multiple list covers all of DC.
Yeah.
But the question really between this Compass and Anywhere real estate deal is, what does it look like to have a private listing where a seller might say, hey, I don't want to list my home on the multiple list. I don't want to have 30 people coming through the door, people walking through my house.
Why?
The only thing that I can tell you is that perhaps at a different price point in a different market and different culture and community, maybe it's just not the custom.
But I don't know. I can hear that. Right.
But if you're going to not broadcast it on MLS, just to broadcast it on Zillow, Redfin, Homes.com, like, what's the point?
That's
to reach more consumers without cooperating agent.
But you're still
we just said we got rid of cooperating agents.
Well, right, but if you're trying to go direct to the MLS, or I'm sorry, you're trying to go to direct to a exclusive listing platform without going to the multiple list, we're cutting out agents altogether.
Well, that's what I was going to say. This is going to lead to what originally people thought,
in theory,
the 2024 lawsuit would lead to.
I think the biggest person that loses in everything that's happened since 2024 is the consumer, and not only the consumer.
That's my take on this from the jump.
Younger. Underserved population. I don't want to say undereducated, and I don't want to say lower income. I just mean the people that might not have come from a family of homeowners, or the people that might have come from a family of homeowners but never got that education or training.
I just think generalizing it as the general public's going to lose.
I think there's a lot of people that would argue my clients know what they're doing. I think there's a lot of clients that argue that they know what they're doing.
What do you mean there's going to be a lot of people
when I say that people are underserved or undereducated, by taking away the ability and the unilateral ability to have buyers agents compensation, just unilaterally, it's listed on the multiple list. It's right there.
It's not on the multiple list.
2 years ago, by taking that away, we're eliminating the buyer who needs support from a knowledge broker called a real estate agent, and that person cannot afford to pay that real estate agent a compensation.
Correct.
So start right there. That day, we've opened this door for the consumer to be taken advantage of.
Yeah.
Right? What is the outcome of the Compass and Anywhere real estate deal? I don't know. What are they going to do? I don't know.
I mean,
is it going to impact us? No.
Well, okay. That's literally my point from the jump of this.
It's just going to change but that's the way also
because we're unique.
What do you mean, we as in Maryland and Baltimore?
As in
EXP.
We at Bright MLS.
Okay.
Because Bright is a governing body for us.
Yeah.
Not every MLS is as governing.
Okay.
And Bright is controlling. Hey,
my opinions and thoughts are just based off of this. I don't know how it's going to affect people in other states like New York or outside of our area. I have no idea. But for us, this truly doesn't, like, I'm not losing sleep over this. The way that I look at it, the only thing that could happen, just based off this conversation here, that I'm trying to formulate in my own head, is that you go back to the idea, listing agents are going to be the one that dominates the market. And then you're going to have a little bit more of a listing agent, frenzy, if you will. That's the only thing I'm picking up off this.
If I'm understanding this correctly, it just sounds like we're not going to be able to see the houses that our clients are looking at.
I think buyers are going to have a struggle finding the houses that they're looking for.
Maybe.
But it's like, I feel like anytime there's ever a little teeny switch, anything, everybody's like, the sky is falling. It's like, no, just get on the apps too.
I think another perspective at this whole thing is that the route that Compass and Anywhere Real Estate are going is opening the door for more undereducated agent activity.
We are getting more of that.
I think it opens the door for more of that. So not every agent at these brokerages is like a 12 or 15 year seasoned agent. Not every agent at these brokerages has been licensed for more than 12 months. Or even if they've been licensed for that long, how many houses have they sold?
Why do you think it's going to give them more opportunity?
So by eliminating the quote unquote requirement of clear cooperation, by eliminating the quote unquote requirement of going into the MLS, by eliminating the quote unquote syndications to Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com, Homes.com, whatever, right? We're now opening the door for, old lady, old guy, real estate agent, just doing whatever they want. And that might not truly be in the best interest of the consumer, but it might not be in the best interest of the consumer that they've signed on with the listing agreement. And it's not ever going to present itself. But the way that I would say it is, if you sign on with an agent, they better have a plan. Like, I don't really care about all of this that's going on because it will change the future of real estate. There's no question. Is it going to impact how we operate? Maybe. But our system and our structure and the way that we check the boxes and ensure that we're marketing to the best of our sellers' capacity is what you're hiring us for.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
So
also,
like reality, how much does this noise matter? I don't know.
Well,
I
right.
think it will in the future.
that's my take.
But it's
on
not
going
going to matter because our system is just going to shift.
Right. That's my take.
Pivot.
Pivot.
That's my take on a
Pivot.
lot of this. And like,
Pivot.
I was looking at the listing that Brutus had. He went on a listing appointment today.
Yep.
I don't know how it went. I'll have to give him a call later. But I looked
I
at
love
that.
that for
I
him.
looked at that listing, and this is I think it's listed for like over $600,000 in. I think he said it was Montgomery County. You can literally see some agent standing in the bathroom, almost like taking a photo like this of the bathroom,
But
in the mirror.
But
That's
what I'm saying is that might work for that seller, that structure, and their expectation. I'm not saying it
hold
should.
on. It has not worked because the
Ah,
house is
I'm not
sold.
judging.
No.
What I'm saying is, the way that Compass and Anywhere Real Estate are moving forward is their direction. It doesn't matter. That might work for them. It might not. It's not for me.
Sure.
Well, we're not
But
Encompass.
what
so.
I really like about what's come of this is that all the big box companies, so just name a company, all of them, they've all come out and had their own way of pre-marketing homes. And what our broker has said, and he's very clear about this, is we're going to partner with these companies because these companies aren't exclusive. Right? So these companies are allowing all brokerages to partner with them. And if you want us to partner with you exclusively, and that's what's been happening, right? Zillow wants company X, real estate company X, to partner with them exclusively. So their listings only go to Zillow. And that's fine. For some companies, wonderful. Zillow is the largest real estate brand in the country. Love that. But Google has a bigger audience. We've chosen to align with Google. We've chosen to align with homes.com. We've chosen to align with other companies that are more mass marketing, giving the consumer the opportunity to choose as compared to the platform, the opportunity to control.
Right.
And that I respect. But again, it just comes
That
down
makes a lot more
to
sense.
if we decide that, hey, we're not in business with this because we don't like that, then we change our system. You're hiring our system, not what's happening on a company level behind us.
I agree.
Mic drop.
Why were some people? I mean, I feel like everything EXP does, people outside of EXP are like, "Oh my God, we're not having EXP. Of course they're doing this." Like, but like, why are you mad?
I feel like it just goes back to the saying about old lady real estate agents. Because half the shit that they do does not matter.
You are cursing up a storm today.
That's what you get when I'm on the
know.
podcast.
But-
I'm sorry.
He's had a lot of. Like,
why does it
pent up
matter? I'll tell you
podcast
why it
energy.
matters. Because if Walmart, Target, and Kohl's all sat back and just kind of did what they wanted to do without ever taking a stand, they would never be unique. They wouldn't have a unique proposition. And each one of them sells marketably the same thing, but slightly different variations and slightly
Right.
different targets. And so when one company comes out and says, you know what, we're giving up, let's just use a crazy example, we're giving up sportswear. That seems like a big segment of those three companies' market. But when they get on stage and they say, we're giving up sportswear, everyone else is going to say, oh, how dumb that company is and how silly, and they're going to regret that, and that's going to be a bad decision, and you'll never believe because we're going to stick to our guns because this is what we know, because change is scary.
Let's bring back some Nike golf balls.
Right. But like change is scary inherently. And so by having the opportunity to impact change, everyone around has the opportunity to doubt
Yeah.
And I think that's genuinely what happens. I also think that there's a lot of haters in our industry, people that hate on the Compasses and the Sotheby's, people that hate on the agents that work for this brokerage and that one, because it's just easy.
They hate us because they hate us.
Right.
But just to make it clear, going forward, EXP listings will not be on Zillow?
No.
Did I get that wrong?
It's the exclusivity to the coming soon listings.
Just the coming soon.
It doesn't even matter because our MLS controls everything that we do, having nothing to do with our brokerage. So all listings in our MLS will be syndicated to Zillow. Because that's how our MLS works.
So the only thing
why
that
are
would
we
really,
going through all this then?
Well, other states don't operate that way. So that's why I don't really think that this is going to change much. So if something, like if there's going to be a big change like that, for us at least, it's going to start with MLS.
Right.
Okay, cool.
But,
Mic drop. Done.
But there's a lot of things
Thanks,
that are
guys.
going to change, right?
Okay.
The MLS is going to sell at some point. Larger MLSs are coming along and buying smaller MLSs. Our MLS may buy another one. There's just a lot of change that's coming in our industry. There's so much money, tools, technology. Everyone's looking to intercept and take a small portion of the real estate pie because it is such a big piece of the gross domestic product of America.
I was thinking like, oh yeah, if we get rid of MLS, we don't have to pay the bright dues. But then it's going to be like how Netflix, Hulu.
She's over here like,
well,
I could save $600.
No, but you're not going to save because it's going to be like how Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max is. It's like if you want to, you're going to have to pay for all of them.
You don't even remember before we had showing time.
No.
We had centralized showing service and showing time, and there were still agents that were taking appointments on the phone. So we used to have to make a note, like list out property number 1, property number 2, property number 3, property number 4. We used to have to write down the time and the confirmation.
You guys were sending doves and letters, sending your offers through
Nah,
doves.
what it was,
Paper airplane.
it was 2 options for agents, and some companies, like in our market, a certain brokerage company was partnered with this organization and a certain brokerage company was partnered with that one. And so if you were going to show 3 properties and one was brokered by this company and one was brokered by that company, you didn't have any other option. You could still click the schedule with, but you might have had to schedule with this company and that company. It still was on showing, it was still on Bright MLS, but you didn't have one universal place to land. And I've got to tell you, we're going back to that because SentryLock is now giving agents the ability to schedule showings and coordinate. And so agents are not putting their property into showing time for fear that Zillow owns showing time. So now they're using SentryLock. So now you as an agent have to use 2 different platforms again.
This is too much. My brain.
It is the exact same thing as we came together to create a really massive value. Perhaps there were some mistakes, which is why we made the big change in 2024 about clear cooperation. But then in turn, what ends up happening? We end up going towards Netflix and Hulu and Disney Plus and Disney Plus Extreme and then ESPN, but now ESPN has a Plus Extreme and then NFL
Channel.
Network and every single platform.
I paid for the History Channel at one point.
What kind of history
Just to
are you
get
watching?
I don't even have words for
to
you.
watch Ancient Aliens.
Anyway, so there's going to be a lot more information on our blog. If you guys are interested in reading, go to our website at frankoliverco.com. Under additional resources, you can read about this blog and so many others. You can always reach out to me on Instagram at michael.frank_____. How can they reach out to you, Marissa? You want to try this one?
Marissa the Realtor ___.
Christian?
You can find me on Instagram at Christian the Deadhead.
Love to hear it. We'll catch up with you guys real soon. What's up, guys? Thanks for watching. For more information on the housing market, Real Estate 101, how you can leverage your position in today's market, and so much more, click on the link below. If you like this video or have a burning real estate question you'd like us to answer, leave us a comment and let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode, and we'll see you again real soon.